This year, it's after that map, and then you. Yeah. After that map. Yeah. And then. So.
Yeah, maybe they can do it as it is. Yeah, that's how it is. Probably March 10th, 2026, if the council meeting. Remind everybody to sign up for cell phones. Everybody's gonna leave some regular qualified.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. Thank you for the beautiful weather, for your watch care, protection, and provision. Thank you for this time to come together that we can make decisions and help build the city of Perry. Through the council wisdom, Lord, that we might make right decisions and decisions that would please you. In Christ's name, I pray.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. There is some sound system which for the first time peace. And it sounds better than back there. They're not so good, it's fine. And real call, please, man.
Councilor Barnes?
Yeah.
Councilor Hudson? Councilor Whitcomb?
Yeah.
Councilor Linder?
Yeah. Further items on the consent agenda. There's not anything on the consent agenda. Considering requests of general public, is there anyone here to speak on anything that's not on? Here in the city, everyone, and they're on number 5, it's on a few, so you can understand. Now, the city's general business, agenda item 6, presentation of community resilience by design. The University of Florida, Gulf Scholars, Face-Based Learning Experience Grant and Council. Taking it and the council taking this determination as necessary. Hi. Hi. I never got back to the office, but it's
I'm Dr. Jules Brock from the University of Florida. I'm a real estate architect, and I met John Hart when he came to the university to talk a little bit about your city, and we have a program that I call the Coastal Resilience Design Studio that's worked with many small towns and many rural towns, mostly in the state of Delaware, where this former professor, to help with resilience planning, to talk to community members about anything that might be on their minds about where flooding is occurring or what impacts, economic impacts have come through that we could potentially help from a planning perspective. And our goal is to provide a resilience master plan with some real landscape architectural implements in our projects. We've added green infrastructure elements to help with flooding. We've done economic redevelopment programs with small towns, work with Main Street programs to do the type of work that Main Street programs do, and sweeping out stores that might be vacant and turning them into something that either vibrant through community, through the arts, and doing everything we can to help out with, the kind of resiliency that you all have. I brought my student, Amaya Morgan, who has just a few things to say about the program that gave us the money to make this possible for us to introduce with the town. My name is Amaya Morgan, student from the University of Texas, and I'm in Sustainability. I'm participating in the Good Scholars Program, which is an interdisciplinary program that supports students to work with workforce communities on projects related to environmental resilience, economic development, and community well-being. The program encourages students to apply what we're learning in the classroom to real-world challenges that partner directly with local communities. And through this partnership with the City of Perry, we're hoping to learn from the community while contributing research and ideas that makes participants not using.
Appreciate it. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Then have 16, Board of Commerce to discuss opportunities common to family. That's the definition if necessary. Anyone here for Board of Commerce? Hello. 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 Okay, good afternoon. I'm Benjamin Wake. I'm the Senior Analyst for Board of Commerce. And thank you for being here. Just gonna walk you through those opportunities, what they are, how they go. What I got started after the financial crisis in 2008, policymakers were looking for a tool that they could use to address the widening disparity between wealthier areas and stressed areas. So that became opportunity zones or census tracts based on Census Bureau data and also just economic data and they become eligible to be unzoned. Then they get local input is solicited as well, and then the state nominates the zones to become qualified by the federal. Okay. You've got eligibility, you've got nomination, and then you've got designation. So what do these, what's the benefit of having an opportunity? So it's really kind of a trifecta of tax benefit, if you will. There's a deferral of taxes for 5 years on capital gain. If someone takes by selling an asset, is it a 5-year deferral? You also get a 5 year, after 5 years, you get a 10% step up in your basis, which effectively going to reduce capital gain that you can pay tax on. And then pretty much the crown jewel of the program is you also get tax exclusion on appreciation that occurs on the investments within an opportunity zone. So you get deferral, you get reduction, you get exclusion. Now, one of the big benefits of being in an opportunity zone is we're right now in the recommendation phase. So we're asking for local input as to which tracts are eligible to be nominated from the local point of view. So I would just say that we believe that there will be that Taylor County has about 8 census tracts, and 7 of those look like they'll be eligible to be nominated, and also all 7 of those are classified as non. So, in other words, rural tracts based on the definition, which is less than 50,000. So why that's important is because in a rural tract, the investment, the gain gets 3 times the step up. Instead of the 10% step up basis or reduction, it's actually been a capital gain. You get a 30% step up. So it's a great story for rural, small towns and rural areas to tell. There's also half the requirement for a substantial improvement requirement that's also. So instead of making 100% improvement on the asset,
For a rural area, only 50% is required. So the idea is to attract and reward long-term capital these types of areas. So it's the Opportunity Zone program, and there's more we can talk about. It basically covers the whole country. It's not a Florida program, it's a federal program, it's tax policy. So essentially, it's federal tax policy guided by the state with lots of work. So where we are now is we're accepting the recommendation, the governor will nominate, the treasurer will certify. Our process, we're hoping to get recommendation by April 30th. And then the governor will begin nominating on July 1st. You have 3 months with a potential 1-month extension. And then treasurer will actually qualify the zones starting with the reviews. New zones. But also,
It's a federal program, there's state approved.
yes, that's what makes it interesting. Also, it's not a government grant, it's not a government owned, it's private capital, of which it's been estimated that maybe in the United States as much as $6 to $10 trillion unrealized capital gains. So it's a totally different channel. But what they've done is they've filtered in where the states get the local input, and then we get those recommendations, and then we take the data, that's what Congress is doing, goes to the governor's office, they give the nominations, treasurer. So it is, it's really, it's federal tax policy, if you will, with the state guiding the in-state process, with local input, and then ultimately the tax. Next, probably say too, we have a web on our website, borderjobs.org. If people go to that, we have a hotline that goes directly to opportunity zones. And so it's got a lot more information on the road if you want. And on this handout here, you can see there's 2 QR codes. The one on the right, you can use to go to the web page, and the one on the left takes you right to the recommendation. And it's an electronic form, and there's about 7 contact name, census tract information, how it would benefit the what's attractive to investors, how's it been used before, how it might overlap with other rural kinds of designations, what's the proximity to infrastructure.
Send to this.
There's been enterprise zones in the past, and there's been other sorts of geographical kinds of things.
That's the difference.
No, you're fine. The difference really is the private capital. So it's not the government. The government will select the zones, but we're not managing the projects. We're not overseeing the projects except we ask them to report certain data. The data is actually collected by the IRS. So like I was telling people this morning, the beauty of this is the IRS actually has to report back to us. With the data that they're collecting, it's believed that the private capital is because of what I said, there's hundreds of billions of dollars in private capital, and why it's an interest free is because most of the traps, the rural traps, which has 3 times the benefit of urban versus which is actually a huge, it's 3 times the benefit. So that automatically makes it a good story to tell someone who's got it. Just want to have a go with it, right? I mean, I'll get you. I'll get it going. Yeah, I'll get behind. That's true, yeah, there was a hard deadline of December 31st, 2026, where you have to take the payment and so forth, but now what they've done to your point is they've made a rolling 5-year deadline. And so a deferral, I should say, a rolling 5-year deferral, which starts when the investment is made. The reason that's important to you is because that all of a sudden, instead of this one shot capital getting infused, now you've got this rolling, more steady stream of capital program. So they've also made it so the 10-year, that's rolling, we get the capital appreciation exclusion, which can be used for that investor. You've also got it used to be a hard date on the 30-year, where you had to take it by December 31st of 2047 to get that 10-year. Now it's a rolling 30 years. So to your point, everything is rolling now, which basically has to do with the permanent element of this program. Started out temporary, now it's a permanent part of the tax. Thank you.
Yes, Agenda City, excuse me, Henry Jackson to present. And update on 2.0 resolution, for consideration, and that's what recommendation being necessary. Well, thank you for your time. And a quick start. Yes, I did the, actually, you don't have a copy of the resolution, tonight is today. So today, let's read this, the potential resolution, next meeting will be finalized. Over to you. Over the last several years, the council has been very supportive of doing economic development on the side of the Grand Lakes. And that side, and also our adjacent side with John Sherrill, West Fraser side, are both in the census tract that qualifies potentially for opportunity zone 2.0. And the reason this is important is when we go out and market the property, the opportunity to locate area for these businesses. One of the questions I ask is, what kind of investment is it? Is it good? Is this a good investment for you to take my capital and put it in the period? Well, certainly with opportunity zone 2.0, the fact that you've got an adjustable basis makes great news when they have a capital gain. And they hold on to it for a longer time, then they even get more tax benefits out of it. And once they make that investment, there's even better tax benefits. So this makes investing in the city of Perry County a big thing for folks. And that's why we like to have opportunities on 2.0 available for our census tract 9583.01, which is, yeah, and that's exciting. Because we feel that this is a good leading property location to attract the businesses. And this tool has been offered to us by the big beautiful bill is let's take advantage of it and encourage investment in our community. And so that's what the resolution is about. It's basically to say that you guys support Opportunity Zone 2.0, that you support designated a census tract that is located, quite frankly, south of US 98 down to the Big Holloway River, and the east over until Jefferson Street and Parkville. So that section there, that's what the proposes 9503.01. That the census tract. And it looks like it qualifies, but we have to apply to the basically apply to the Congress and eventually apply to the governor for their consideration for us to be part of that program. There's only 340 sites that's going to be approved this go around in the state of Florida. And we think the city of Perry ought to be right up here at the top. That's what it is. So if you guys could support that, we really. I have a copy, but obviously,
I don't have copies, I got hand copies. Yeah. I would like to have, and the resolution, there's 4 tracks, in the city fair. I would like it to rank it 1, 2, 3, 1, it'd be 1, 2, 3, they all want to. City fair, like number 1. Second one, effective, their side is their city property. I think they're all good for except the other side, northwest corner there. You know, it's not everything here. I was concentrating on one census tract. So, you don't have any questions? Right. Well, I look forward to the favorable vote next. Thank you very much.
Agenda item 16, council to discuss task order for the borough, council recommendation being necessary. What's the task order for the borough? This is the planning task force, it's the first phase for the delivery program, the same funding as CDC, it's 500. So the other agencies require grant, pre-phase planning, design and construction, they have to release funders for the next phase until the first phase is complete, so this is the first phase of the those projects. We just prioritize it. We asked for 100 today, we got 35, so we prioritize it. We got the time out the projects back to explicitly and sharing. Next one. This is the essentially the same. We did. Last week. This one I did. Motion. Second. Yes. Yes. After everything, you're second. Yes. Agenda item 6A, council to discuss tuition reimbursement policy, council taking action where necessary.
Well, that's just very good, and I don't probably look at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay. There's. You got good numbers? Everyone upstairs. Agenda item. So, this is, for the fire station replacement projects. It's currently spending 7.2 million, the city already secured $300,000 to, safe harbor, for better design. anticipated funding that, companies applied to. They said you have to put back in on it, there's $1 million, and it's going to stay funded acquisition. And an additional $4.5 million. We are funding legislative, congressional, funding source. That's a minimum of six. You can see the type so those funds, I'm not going to work yet. They're going to award the funds will be available and so, additional things to go for, and for the USDA agreement is facilities funded. So CF, the $2 million for the USDA CF disaster funding, it's not guaranteed. And also the $5 million, $3 million for the USDA. I think that funding has an island, maybe depending on the circumstances, certain. With all those are going to apply for. I think through discussions with me, the system with the grant funding, it's been updated to go into 2 phases to reduce the initial financial risk. Some of the funding has to have the purchase and how to improve it. So the idea would be to take the fire station, it's at 7 days, and go back to the fire station and property and design so cheaper than just to do that funding or go for those CF grants and USD grants. It's a lot of other chamber grants. There's 3 reports that are required. One by an architect, if they're doing an architectural report. And it's an environmental report, it's an info report, it's scientists. And the other one is financial feasibility. So essentially, the gist of that is to go forward with the CF funding, the city, the estimate cost for those 3 reports. Yeah, we're not going to do anything. I don't think the city is going to push it. Decide to go with the scientists, senators, and architects. CPA, and the judge, so the estimate is 25. That's an estimate, and that's what it costs to see that. So every 4 years, the city would like to do that. It's funny that there's 5 people. Pretty much, I know about the it's just not. So I'm not keeping it. I want to say I thought you make sure that it be those on certain areas. And I think they're putting it back. Already. I don't think you said that. This time, $1 million first, man. We don't have anything. Yeah, I don't know if they say it all that way now. They do have property big enough it's not feasible to put it there with, response time, traffic. Yeah, stuff like that, it's just, that's perfect place if we can do it.
Yeah.
Where are you looking at? By, Taylor County Bank, between the Taylor County Bank and the, storage center right there. Yeah, it's 5 acres. It's plenty of room for growing in the future.
Yeah. You're right. You don't have to know that, you know.
That is so nice. That's the most.
Half of it is, the other half acre can really be.
It's sad.
Got 3 bays, yes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, you took the baby, just open it up, open it up. Mhm.
You probably double that. That's, the left side first. Actually, the window.
Did you got it?
I'll leave one out here. That's it, especially what we're doing right now.
It's on box, do that right.
That station is gonna be about 3 times the size of what it is. Fire station. Yes. Hopefully.
Take care of one who's got the fire alarm. I know we haven't got the truck yet.
Well, yes, ma'am, if we get the, station, there will be enough room for a ladder truck also. We're working on all kinds of stuff for that too, so.
Agenda item 6F. Council to discuss tuition reimbursement policy that council to pay reimbursement if necessary.
There's a feedback issue with that.
This is the old ones.
Thanks.
He's still finalizing the install and adjusting. Until we can get that done, the only one that's really working is that one, and your mic's right.
There's a feedback issue that you can do.
Basically, what this is, whoever wants to go to get education or pay for their tuition themselves, get reimbursed, and on that,
It's basically re-implemented something we did years past. It's done away with. It's in a new idea. This is something we had years past, but it was tabled and never used, never brought back. John, we, in discussions with department heads, we discussed it and it's an idea. Right.
It's a tool itself.
I did look through it, but I don't remember it said why did they work for the city for something to certain time after they got their education.
Yes, that's the idea. Well,
That's the idea, but is it
that's,
in?
you added it, John. Right?
Yeah. 2 years. This is a very, very complicated. This is and part of the reason. That's a very good. And that's not the purpose.
If you treat employees right, and leave, well, everybody's having, but if you treat your employees right, they will.
That's good.
Yeah, it educated those in that.
That's
Really embarrassing.
That's
Okay.
that's really good. Like, for example. And it's not nursing. Superintendents. Have you been talked to? I honestly have not read it. No, it's not that long, but I remember saying it in the board contribution, the amount. The, the amount is not exhaustive, but, you know, I have definitely not read it since Friday.
I'm gonna take a pen from the next.
What's the initial probation period for every 6 months? So then if this initial probation is 6 months and it's have to be in this then they have for 12 months. So really, there would be a potential 18 months prior to contract or the contract or 6 months is the 12 months for the contract.
Well, for us, we don't start probation period, but it's for a thing for, so it's about 3.5 months and then it's off probation. Yeah, but it'll be 9 to 10 months before they even off. But
And 2 years from starting the probation. 2 years from starting the probation, it starts.
and they would be eligible to apply for the education incentives
After,
after probation, but they'd have to stay for 2 years after completion of the degree.
And if they don't say they have to reimburse the same.
That would, yes. Right. But it's based off a better deal of fun, it's not. Everybody's else. Right. And then what we did as far as budget planning, we surveyed 40, say that and there's the budget based off of that. If someone does not want to take advantage of it, then all of a sudden change their mind, let them be a bit.
I just retired, the supervisor, the recommendation. The board itself, like the journal and the department heads, it would be okay for a city council person to sit on that also? If that's what you want to know. Yeah. I said it wouldn't be a violation or anything. I don't think I would.
Approved by the board.
Yeah, at least one council member. No, at least one of us being on the board. That way there, so we'll know what's going on. Okay. All right.
yeah, session, is that. Any questions? Item 6G. Council to discuss whether it's good task order, council to take the action if necessary. Started on the 4 road to
We do put this in, and we stop. Yeah, 50 grand, city match. And they're called for. 54. Second.
Councilor Bond. Councilor Richard. Councilor Hurtado.
Yes.
Councilor Linder. Yes. Mayor Fisher.
Yes. Agenda item 6H, council to discuss Park Street task order for council to take action if necessary. Same thing. Any motion? Motion. Second.
Councilor Bond. Councilor Hutton.
Yes.
Councilor Hurtado.
Yes.
Councilor Linder.
Yes.
Mayor Fisher.
Yes. Agenda item 6I, council to discuss Bidwell Street task order for council to take action if necessary. Any motion? Motion. Second.
Councilor Bond. Councilor Hutton.
Yes.
Councilor Hurtado.
Yes.
Councilor Linder.
Yes.
Mayor Fisher.
Yes. Agenda item 6J, council to discuss Bishop Boulevard task order and council to take action if necessary. Entertained motion? Motion. Second.
Councilor Bond. Councilor Hutton.
Yes.
Councilor Hurtado.
Yes.
Councilor Linder. Mayor Fisher.
Yes. Agenda item 6K, council to discuss CDBG dash DR grant number 032 agreement. Council taking action if necessary. Agenda item CDBG grant reward. Yes. Oh. Any discussion, questions? Okay.
Councilor Bond. Councilor Hutton. Councilor Hurtado.
Yes.
Councilor Linder. Mayor Fisher.
Yes. Agenda item 6L, council to discuss CDBG-DR grant M8033 agreement. Council taking action if necessary. This one is what it is. Discussion of questions? I'm not sure. It's not happening for improvement. It's good. Right. But you can do that. Well, right now, or, and take a moment, we had 35 million. Yeah. Go ahead and finish this out.
Motion to approve.
Second,
Councilor Barnes. Councilor Middleton.
yes,
Councilor Rebecca.
yes,
Councilor Raymond. Second.
yes. Then item is easy. Don't worry, no date somewhere. So, talk to the geologist, back there, drove around, 2 weeks ago, I believe. And, they get to share, we really didn't take much, see this. So Sherry is not concerned that, you get very hydraulic flow that you have to suck up shower with sand, some issues with, sinkhole, not a sinkhole, it's around, what you don't want, right? It's like shale, it's like a shale, yeah, shale. And so there were an additional 5, so it's case to 150 with an extra 50 feet on a case, just for the test well. So then the pumps came out, I think they did the pump out, I tested the test well on Tuesday. And he told me this, Monday morning, I could find it. I think they got about 235 gallons, and then it's the they got, it's 20 feet. So the hydraulics, the water quantities that we on it. I think we were looking at that water scale with potential for field. So that if you needed an additional to increase capacity, you have to on the side, and so that's one of the reasons that it is also selected. It's already said it's out. I said that for the water quality and stuff in, some of the take a lot if you're running the I mean, it's like a big risk of chemicals that the testing for. They did give us TFC, which only says TFC and 5% upfront as soon as they could get it, because that's going to tell us how much. That'll be a big cost or a small cost. So they're not going to tell you the whole idea is dead on it as fast as possible. So they're getting that back here. I was thinking that got back the TFC, that's the reason. This last thing that's $100 now. So not bad. Just for the test job. So far so good. So far I didn't say just waiting on myself. We have 150, you understand that quality here, so far. Yeah, I would say with that, and then I've actually well construction itself, we've got some knowledge now, what's down here. So, you know, that actually take it more than gonna have to do some kind of ground. So, on the design of it to make sure that we're not so not saying. There's a part of it, so, yeah, so. But it went deeper, so it's still upper Florida aquifer, where you're going with the country, this the layer, but was everybody found with every big that, so it's all designed with, everything so far, so like I said, we're totally satisfied, the results as they came in. I got to my state and TFC, and so. I say it's still true, it's not true right there, but if it's got it, it pretty much just adds to cost. More things in. Yeah, I've seen it one time. All my girls, they were different depths. I remember the showers, they were same thing the best. And like I had to never be someone. I sure one of the showers, well, same thing the best one. Yeah, I think I always say that, because you know, it's just. You just don't want to set that, yeah, because they're like driven, so you don't want to, have an issue. Okay, we're 10 out of 6 now. Council to discuss potential litigation for Texas street damage. Council taking action when necessary.
First, this is part of our,
agreement. And the best thing you're gonna do is repair. That's gonna be the best case scenario.
I understood from last week or last week that the damage was more than what we could see above ground. Did I understand that correctly? So I didn't know what the total cost was. Just- We did, you know, I don't know how sorry that the person did not then accept as to what property they were on the outside of the insurance covered. And then the say that decision that, you know, to that, see, I mean, but if they're an average middle class worker, possibly, maybe they can use it some, different more. But I don't know enough about the particular person. Yeah, this is the reason.
No,
No, they're different.
Yeah, you don't really think it work, I said, if they anything, if they just in the court litigation, it's going to just, no, stay with it. I really mind it, if I don't, they're that, everything. Right, John, I mean, what you said, they're insurance company, they think that's down, yeah. That's actually, I'm going to be able to, for it. I didn't know, I mean, that's it, that's the one, it's a good. And it was. And some of it into it, I just know it's a quick check. You know, that. It's your better spending. Yeah, well, don't spend a lot of time.
Alright. I have no idea.
Wherever I get, I get not to that, long, so you get. Pretty near up the next. Next, how long do you think it could take?
The next one.
Then I have 6. Then, what are you looking at, February 24, 2026, regular session? Yeah, and then.
Motion to approve. Yes.
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 Yes. Okay, we're going down back to the room that I can say, Councilmember Hampton, so they address the council and stress. Address that and take the next business. You said your name for the record?
John and I have just been there for their part. John, for their. Then. the upper work, so. That, right. The top set. Further discussion. Whether to put the. Standard that. Separate banners, benefits. And we're gonna short discussion. Everyone remembers that.
And then discuss about, I think, we had some brackets.
It's been that one. Anyway, John chooses to answer. Is there enough time? We can get a declaration of the answer to that and purchase the sentence. And the conversation recorded. And now, I'm not getting myself in out of this. If you want to, and listen to. John, I have not answered the matter of anything. I'm gonna do that. I'm sorry if that's a misunderstanding. And now you said that. But I've got to read better than that. I found myself in that. He said, yes, to purchase matters. And that is separately to keep that. I said, John, you remember, we discussed that in our last meeting. I moved to that I'm something else. Is that a little concern? I think that happened. That this is gonna. John wanted some dance. Instead of. And really, for example.
So,
That's that. But anyway, I just want us to know that I can't just check it. Get in contact with them. And that's not that. There's. All right, I'm on the agenda. That's that.
it's not bad.
I just want to move past this. Okay, and I said, but I cannot check stress. And I think when I kind of pissed him off at them. And I told him that independent. And then and that transition. I said, this there was a mountain. There around it. Anyway, I'm a person that I did a research and I told I went to this submit a request as a tax medicine. Look at the so that they're to prepare she talked to everybody, that it is a lot, and we just have to go through the process. Make sure that they're for us. So. That's where they're at. But the desperate, that I want to. You can't, I mean, think about it. You know, that, to me, these are what. It is. They're not the guys. They're newspapers. And they're not the news, just bring the guys. Because that's our new sector. As I understand, students that. The student and still has gaps.
I'm gonna go, I'll go to drug later, I hope it's not.
I tell you that incident, we have to address.
That was for my folks, not our folks, I hope, I would like. That's what I like to go out here. I line up.
Now, everything with it,
What they did. So, okay.
really good thing.
I gotta get the time.
We just have to do this.
Everybody question that's what I want. It's powerful. I know, but man, Dr. Trey, on State Highway, going around the year to change the band. That makes me, I hope it's on.
They changed them, but they have brought up that concern too about those high voltage lines, when it was brought up to them. They have, I mean, they're gonna do what they're told to do because they do their job. But it was brought, you know, so. It is a concern about the one. Oh, I'm not sure. I just think that it's you know, then there's the president, we would have to change. All of that is. Susan. I have to change it. And I said, I said, and it's done. Sure, happens. I said, yes, and it's, I have an objection to it, but I have to get on board with this. So like the big person to do. Or to, I said information. Right. And then that's. They're gonna get before that. There's no news other than that. They didn't have much last time. After people do. The same process to use. Yeah, I think is what the parents. Then every step in the matter, get anybody married or, you know, everybody set the design. I think. There's no, I said, I think we got ordinance something. If we don't use this. First, they're not their porches. So that's the chambers. The two costs for the time, individual and the United States sewer out there. I need to talk about costs. These are the colors that I. And then I The dragons. The dragons are going to be able to 36. That. We don't have an estimate on what the cost is. I've sent it. Okay. What's the name of that? Right, at this, it says that. It's on.
Conversation. Nobody else saying up there.
I didn't hear the end of what she had said regarding downtown, and I was just asking, what? Yes, I just asked what she said.
Sitting in here. Doctor.
Your audit for a little while, but they're looking at audit.
I'll take it fast.
Yes. And as soon as it's done. And then we finish. That's it. And we've done a lot of complaints. At the very end, securities. And I think John had been.
Yeah. I put out, I did the two applications, one for Crawford, one for Perkins, 200,000 each. And they were pretty good, just, yeah. So,
Yes, I kind of did the hand.
Been working about it.
Then ready to pick them. And, Champion. Then you are working on it, and, has any progress been made on kind of the waterways? The creeks and stuff? Creeks, you come out like Rose said, the creeks and all the creeks, yeah, they all. They don't have, city don't have the news, the funding that stuff,
But she's talking about too, like the creeks, like
The trees and all
trees
that.
down, so some of the now, some of the creeks that it's not some, we don't own a lot of these areas too, where some of this stuff down. Like on Main Street, for example, over there by the city does not own that section, those sections of the creek. That's just one example. But some of it, and inmates do, that's something the inmates do, and they do with what they can when we have inmates, but some of it, we don't have the equipment to. I mean, that's what he was just saying. I mean, that's a list of contracted out, it's a draft contracted out. Inmates have always claimed the right of ways in there. I mean,
Yeah. Not that, but later. Right. Yeah.
The water, the waterways are just littered with trash. 221, I know Ash Street's the county's responsibility, but I mean, it's just getting worse all the time.
It's just give me areas, because, you know, my guys, they don't, like Miss Hampton told me the other day, when we tried to get out there, inmates do, they do go through and pick up litter as well. I can mention it to
And
you.
there's senior center all over now, too.
Oh, Ash Street? Okay, that's county.
221. On the left, you're going north on the left side over there, it's just littered,
Where I don't think things.
um,
Cause county owns some of that too.
past the, Dollar General store, between there, and, Garden Shop.
The city limits is 10.
I know the city, or something, but they're ridiculous. It's trash. There's stuff that's thrown out, or people are thrown out, or.
Well, that's all over the county, I mean, you ain't gonna maintain nothing that big on the back.
They got it to 400.
Yeah.
It's not right.
I understand it.
I'm not excluded, you know.
We are, I'm not sure if you've read this right now, my guy's been trying to cut that right ways. That's labor intensive work, but we're also expected to pick up yard trash, household garbage. My guys are doing what they can do. Litter pickup, we're fixing to start mowing, they will go through and pick up litter. But we ask the community as well to pick up behind themselves, don't litter, but we can't pick. I mean, we're doing the best we can with what resources we have, and the inmates, we don't get inmates every day. And, you know, that's something they do a lot.
Enforce community service.
Community, they're out and help clean their areas, you know, we appreciate all the help we can get, but my guys, they're
I'm just saying
working.
it's got better, so
That's why I'd like to know the areas where I can take a look and I can try to get inmates on it, you know.
Sheriff's running
Andrew.
down, she doesn't do the round, and then they come in. See, all right.
But I'll call the county about, Ash Street.
We're down to one.
Right. And we don't get inmates every day. We didn't have him Monday, what's the day, Tuesday, he didn't have him Monday. He had him for a little while, had to take him back. Right. Yes, sir. I mean, we could never be called up there, it would pick up with one person. I mean, that's never ending.
You ain't gonna catch up on the other people.
People put their garbage in trash cans.
Charity around the city signs, reference on Florida statute. I seen various amounts of money, contacted the bill. What research, Florida statute on, whether board as far as buying and.
You still have to see somebody throw it out.
So you can stick up a piece of paper about it.
You can't say that they intentionally threw that out.
Right.
It's an intentional act, literally.
There was a waste of time to make a whole statute.
Unless you see them deposited on the roadway, it's hard to report. You've got to see them do it.
They had them with trash bags on the side road, would find people's names in the trash bags, and all thing law enforcement can do is go and set it on their doorstep and say they found their garbage.
It's hard to report.
And as soon as you pick it up, the next day it's right back out there. We've been fighting for 5 years now.
What if I ran my car to somebody? I carried it straight up, of course, I say the whole guy.
That's different. That's different. Yeah, that's different. It's the intent behind it. You gotta look at it. It's not just somebody did it. What's the intent behind doing it? You can stop and have your pick it. And I've done it. I'm making the pick the trash up. I said, it's accident. So it's on the community.
Like they adopt the street, I think.
We can't, the only way that we can have special police is kind of what you're talking about. In times of emergency, and the city manager can declare it. But litter's not a natural disaster emergency. We can't do that. So now we did have in the past community service that people were doing to pick up litter, right? But that was people that we found violating city ordinances. And in lieu of being sentenced to jail or paying fines, they were sentenced to community service. We don't have that anymore because of this all change that happened. You remember when that had changed, Bill, when the city had to start paying prosecutions? The early 2000s. So we can no longer take city ordinances for the judge to have them adjudicated to do that. But then you also have to have someone supervise the community service members as well, so you're investing that, somebody needs to do that. And we can't have somebody volunteer to supervise, and we've just done that before. But the crux to that was the law change that happened, where the city has to pay for prosecution now of any law violation that goes before the county. That's a local order. If it's a state law, it's totally different.
Well, it all boils down to the people in the community needs to take care of their own stuff. Secure their trash in the back of their truck, take pride in their community, and not throw it out the window. I mean, we've been doing with it since we've had that county contract for 4 years. Now, I mean, before we pick up trash before we can get there to mow it the next day, the trash is all over the place again already. I mean, it's losing bad.
My guys are fixing to start mowing. It will take them days. They pick up litter before they start mowing. And they can get mowed, and before they even finish the neighborhood, there's litter back out. We do the best we can do, so. But I'll be glad if you call me with the street or text me with the street. That's bad. I'll be glad to get a guy to pick up that area, but I have to know about it to give them to the.
Somebody would do that for a statute, how much they could charge, if they got, maybe some signs with the door sign. I gotta tell you,
I doubt it.
didn't make.
People put out no dumping signs and people dump right on the door.
That's what they put.
They put their cans right there, they put all the garbage outside.
The sector of litter. And the cans being put all on the. In the tractor. And then there's some elements better than. Than the winter time. You think we could do that during the summer?
No. They just want to steal on this shred. That's the issue, they just want to steal. I did talk to my guys about it, and we don't think that's a good idea. But.
It's not about it. It's they, and that the matter. And actually, and nobody's a problem with that.
I mean, I'd like to pick it up,
I mean, it's not enough. Just get it.
to put one can somewhere.
What I did see, what I did see is I saw people without trash accounts using those cans to just put their trash instead of getting trash account. Yes, and that's what I saw, yes. I saw. No, what, no, they should be paying their own way. The same reason that Goodwill will not allow you to dump in their dumpster, they have to pay.
It's not, that's true.
I got plenty of information, John, I can get. That probably one way.
Hey, look, this animal's in there, which
I know that. I used to have in the truck every day. People thought I was looking at all good.
What do you define as a tractor?
Wider.
Wilder taken?
Wider. I don't know, wider, taken. That's not a street. And it's to. Then do. It's the short strip. And then the street and paper. And then I get it behind the street.
So you're wanting us to put a can on each street or just behind one spot?
Put it in the traffic.
But just
Well,
one,
this is, yes, they're unfinished.
that's it,
I should have to do that. Did you know? You know, that, you did this too. Did that.
I just had a question.
Yeah.
I had went to a county meeting, I talked to them about the demolition, the traffic count. Are we actually doing that?
They're not active, they're still in implementation and install phase now.
Okay,
There's a couple cameras that are there installed, but that's not live yet.
okay, because some guy approached the county with huge time to get a program going with them, so I didn't know if it's going to. Yeah,
Yeah, we have a contract with Red Speed.
okay,
Council approved it,
Yeah, I know we do,
Yeah.
but, I didn't know if the two were gonna.
So the city has control over everywhere in the city. And the contract is for areas that we had surveys done that would fit the program needs.
Okay.
So when we have contract for those areas to be, monitored by those counties,
Would Howard Street be one of
that
them?
is not in the city.
Not in the city?
Well, not all of it, there's a small portion of it.
The school part.
The main portion of it is in the county, outside the city.
I want some of what you got. So happy this time. There you go. Yes.
I've seen her out in her neighborhood. No one. Every weekend it'd be like. When, like it,
It was, it's just amazing. We got to pay for it. It's not in our construction, and resurfacing and it's not in our resurfacing and toxic, right? I don't know. There's down that railroad stuff, that's years down the road, where they were talking about you doing the railroad tracks at one time. And they told us if we didn't go with it, they were gonna take possession of the road, that's. I'll write it down, Bill, for the budget. Write it for budget.
one time we, it's off the 19th. And, this woman over her house to take that trash. He did. I don't remember who went to the house. But when Shannon to the house, and that woman, she got hold of her husband. I remember that.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
I got two things on it right now. You got to all that earlier. It really need to look for get somebody to help manage the thing. Seriously, I mean, we got, there's so many of them going on. And the state's still paid, we don't have it. This is the state that you want. Yeah, bankrupt this. Pretty quick, I think if they really want. We got it, that's somebody, yeah. It is not a night. It's just in the country, we all got too much to do. That's good. So, we, I mean, I believe the discussion down with you, kind of, it's like, we did, got a grant, so. Need to pass it on to everybody. Everybody, absolutely.
We put it in. Whatever they would say, this, right now, we're. Eliminated. We did. Inspected all that. And it's like,
Then by the summer, fall, and you do it.
everyone.
So it's gonna be a better. Got to go on, pick up the thing before, just go out there.
But that's just individual.
And one other thing that brought to me a couple times this past week is, a lean time, somebody brought it up every time before. They people work till 5, 10, meetings. That's been simple. Yeah. Very well. It's like this ain't very active on it. Good on the next week. You gotta think about it.
I didn't put the team on the website, but I did it.
Uh,
It's been successful.
okay.
I don't know if you remember, we changed the time back to 5 for that very reason. We got 4 people today than we fire. Nobody ever came when it was at 5 o'clock.
It's brought my attention that
Yeah,
this is very.
I know. Yeah, I know, I agree. I'm just saying. Yeah.
That's all I have. Anybody has anything from there? Scott's.
Like an agenda item. I'll get like an agenda item for that.